Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am your sister Naomi Saif. Today I wanted to do a tag from Sister Chelsea of Chelsea Hijab Love. It's the My Hijab Story Tag. So gonna just jump right into it. How old were you when you first started wearing hijab? Alhamdulillah, I was 35, so it's not been too long. But I was 35 when I started wearing hijab. 35. What or who influenced you to become a hijabi? Sisters, hijabis influenced me to be a hijabi. Going to the masjid. When I first became a Muslim, I reverted in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And I was going to the masjid on Burton, and I went to the one at East Paris a couple of times. So I saw sisters wearing hijab, but I thought it was like a cultural thing, or I thought that it was, like something that was only obligatory, like in the masjid. And so when I moved to Southern California and I started spending more time with my kids, going to Sunday school and just getting more involved, being more involved with the Ummah and just being surrounded with other sisters, I just found a beauty in it. I just found it so beautiful. And it was one time in particular when I was pregnant that I had on like these tight clothes and nothing like showing skin, because I never dressed that way. But I was busting out. I was pregnant and I just had, and I was not wearing hijab. And perhaps I think it was an Eid festival at the park. And it was time to pray. And my husband's like, okay, come on, let's go pray. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not even dressed to pray. Subhanallah. So that stuck in my head. Like, I felt uncomfortable for the very first time in regards to looking at the sisters that were hijab. And I thought to myself, inshallah, like I should always be ready to pray, so it kind of started off like that. So, but definitely sisters that wear hijab. And one sister that comes to mind, is my sister Jamessa here in Southern California, which lots of people know her, alhamdulillah. So she was a big influence, and we never even spoke about hijab. Like the first time I saw her, she just had this swag that was just so beautiful. And then she reminded me of me because she's Afro, Latina, Caribbean. And I was like, wow, So hijabis, Muslimas inspired me in the flesh to wear hijab. How has hijab changed your life? It has changed my life because it has made sense of insecurities. Made sense. I don't know if that's the correct way to say that, but it kind of, things that I was insecure about, hijab has allowed for me to see it in a different light. Like those things are petty. I have always been, especially when I was younger, small, petite, not voluptuous, not really a lot going on. So I kind of had a complex of like a little girl. I really wasn't tested, alhamdulillah, with the modesty thing too much, because I grew up wanting the big boobs and the big butt and the big hips, and I wish I had those things, because I thought that those things are the things that made you a woman. So I grew up and I had insecurities like, wow, I'm flat chested, I'm skinny, I'm this. So I wore baggy clothes. So, and then when I got a little older, like in my 30s, I was in a weird space. Like, okay, now people are really thinking that I'm like my teenager's sister or things of that nature. And so how it has changed my life is that it helped to define what being a woman is about. I can hide things that are irrelevant, what my bra size is and my body shape and things like that. That doesn't matter. And I feel like a woman. So it has given me the freedom to be a woman without showing all my business. Okay, so what does hijab mean to you? Hijab means freedom. It means freedom. I mean, you don't know what's going on under here. Like sometimes my hair is brushed, sometimes it's not. Sometimes, I mean, alhamdulillah, we are supposed to groom ourselves and take care of ourselves. Yes, you know, but it has definitely given me a freedom. You know, I do things just for me, just for my husband and my family. And I don't really do things in order to attract or not attract attention in the world. Because again, I didn't have really those struggles. I actually had the opposite. I didn't like people looking at me. Like if, you know, I was those girls that if somebody was, you know, some dude, you know, they try to check you out with the eyes, I'd be like, what are you looking at? Do I owe you money? Like, so it's like this right here is very clear. Like, hey, how you doing? How can I help you? But it's really not asking for unwelcome gestures or conversations and things of that nature. So I feel free, you know, I feel free. So, okay, the next one. How do you deal with the rude comments, stares that you get being a hijabi? Alhamdulillah, I have not been tested that way. I don't know. Alhamdulillah, when and inshallah I can link it, my other hijab story, which goes into a little bit more in depth. But when first time I wore hijab, it was kind of like an experiment because I was starting to like, I don't know, it was growing. I don't know the word. I can't think of the word right now for it. But so this one day I wanted to wear it as an experiment. So I took my oldest son with me and I said, come on, come with me. We're going to walk to Walmart. And I had this defensive kind of attitude going into it that day. Like, I'm going to put on this hijab and inshallah, nobody messes with me. Inshallah, because I can take this right off and I'm going to read them their rights. And subhanallah, I got all types of mashallahs and people were just beautiful. So alhamdulillah, nobody has been rude to my face. No, I have not been tested in that way. On the contrary, people have been very nice. You know, people compliment me about my scarf, and especially non-hijabis, you know. So subhanallah. What is your favorite thing about wearing the hijab? My favorite thing about wearing hijab is I feel that I am officially a part of a universal sisterhood. Even if you don't wear hijab, if you're a Muslim, of course, we're all sisters. However, this right here identifies, you know, it's kind of, yeah, you know, so, and what I love about that is that it gives me the right to exercise my rights as a Muslima. So if I'm in a masjid, even if, you know, I'm over that language barrier thing, if I'm in the masjid and I need something and there's a sister there, I will draw it out, I will point, I will do whatever, like, sister, you have to help me, I'm your sister, you know, like, where's the bathroom, or where's this? And subhanallah, the same thing in reverse. If there is a sister and she needs help or with anything, I know that, you know, she has rights over me and I have to help her in any way, shape, form, any way that I can, inshallah. Okay, so what is your hijab must have accessory? Straight pins, at least one straight pin. What advice can you give a new hijabi? Educate yourself so that you can wear it and feel empowered by the hijab. So, you know, that of course. And also make sure to be around other sisters that wear hijab because, you know, it's a stronger support system, you know. So what is one trend that you never understood? I don't really have any issues. I've never looked at a trend. You know, I'm 35 now. I have children. My oldest is a senior. My youngest is 3 years old. So I know people go through phases. The only thing that I never understood is the mentality that people have in regards to that, you know, when people say you don't have to wear hijab. Now, if you're not ready to wear hijab, then that's fine. If you wear hijab, if you're struggling with hijab, those are all normal places to be. But the thing I never understood is people who flat out, unapologetically say, no, you don't have to wear hijab. So that I don't understand that. It kind of reminds me of church, and this is not the church. Like, it's in the Quran, you can read it in Arabic, and it's something that's been in place for over 1,400 years. So that's something that I can't understand. And the last one, what question do you get asked most due to wearing the hijab? Where are you from? Subhanallah, where are you from? And I am someone who loves cultures and I love different people. So I get all types. Sometimes people talking to me in Arabic and I'm like, and I have these like sentences that I need to memorize in Arabic. Like I don't speak Arabic in Arabic. I have them in index cards in my purse and I never bring them when I need to. But inshallah, so, you know, people are always asking me that. And where are you from? Where are you from, sister? Where are you from, sister? Where are you from? And I tell them, you know, I'm Puerto Rican. And subhanallah, they don't even know where that is. So I have to say Cuba, like by Jamaica. And they're just so like Spanish. So, but subhanallah. So anyways, inshallah, you enjoyed this hijab story tag. And inshallah, feel free to also do it. I'm going to tag a few sisters that I would love to hear your hijab story tag, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. I love you all for the sake of Allah.